What is happening, y'all? Welcome back. So I guess I'm looking for someone. This is weird. Oh, is that the corpse of... Hang on. Sam came to see his wife who had passed. God damn, dude. They put that character through so much fucking grief. And so him making contact with Sam was what caused the void out?
Don't find excuses for your anger. You're drowning in sorrow. With all the reasons to stay are selfish, you must go. I'll show you what this burden is hiding. The meaning of beautiful this life can be. And you don't have to grow. Don't waste your life respecting the rulers. There is no time you need to run. Take every chance and try what you can find. Any love or any kind. Go catch the light and shine it all around. It's all we have to survive this world. Don't think of all you
So even in death, Neil just protecting her.
You're all I have to survive this
I still don't recognize the one guy next to Sam and the one guy next to Tomorrow. I have no fucking idea who they are. Guessing she got her memories back.
I remember now. The journey the two of us went on together. You and me, Sam.
No.
We will always be connected. I'm here, Louise.
Yeah.
to all the words that I won't get to say, the things that time steals and turns to pain. If it's not love to let you
Oh, man.
leave again, I don't know what
Don't mind me.
it
Just
is.
over here ugly crying.
But if you doubt and question
Oh,
what the future
man, this-
holds,
Ugh.
remember there's no place you can't call home.
To all the roads that we are yet to pave, the dreams that stillness entertains and slays. Now if my
First game
love
didn't hit that
won't
hard,
make
but
you stay,
I think it's
I
because
don't know what will.
daughter is like just out of that baby phase.
Never trace where you walk. If the only path you take's the one you'll
So it's hitting like way harder.
walk away. I'll find you so far away. I'll reach you to the world.
This is kind of like the future 8 Pass envisioned. You just got little robots making the deliveries. All the roads are decaying, and Joan is just sitting there in the water. Wonder what happened to everyone. I think that's Lou.
Me, I've always loved porters. Through freezing rain and biting wind, across rivers, mountains, and endless deserts. They come to deliver something priceless. A glimpse of a life I've never known.
Granny had her baby.
They're my window, my sole connection to the outside world. And I know they'll be back again today
Picture I took.
and every day, even when we're long gone. Death can't tear us apart.
It's a new plate gate. But I wonder why the whole continent is in disrepair.
That's why today is another day on the road.
What a game.
Through all the walls that we are meant
Ugh.
to break,
You know, going
the part of us that still remains untamed.
prior to going into this, I thought Expedition 33 pretty much had Game of the Year in the bag, but
It's a poison
I think this is gonna be up there.
Would you let the wind
I mean,
tell
yeah,
you
just-
where to go? If you can break
I mean, there's definitely some bias here. I think if I didn't have a very young daughter myself, I think it wouldn't have hit as hard, but like, fuck, man. I don't think I've had a game make me this cry in a long time. just, ugh. Ugh. I'm probably gonna do a full review of this. I mean, I know that we're long past the review window, but I feel like I should. Like a standalone review, but just in case I don't, let's try and get through it. So gameplay-wise, I mean, huge improvements over the first game. I feel like, I think in particular, the pacing here was so much better. You know, because the first game, it starts off very slow with a big focus on just being a porter and delivering packages, and I probably want to, hang on, I should probably lower this a little bit. I'll knock it down like %. This should be fine, hopefully. I don't know, can I pause it? Let me check audio real fast. I'll knock it down like, yeah, hang on, I'm gonna lower the audio more. I'm not speaking loud enough to even be heard over the music. Let's go like 30. There we go. Okay, that's probably better now. Yeah, in regards to the first game and the gameplay differences here, you know, we spent a ton of time, the start especially, just kind of ordering stuff around, and you felt very basic. Like, I feel like there was a period where it was just your design to just struggle. That's it, you know? You're slipping down mountains, you're dropping packages, you're just like, oh my god, what is going on here? And, you know, if you got past that part to where you started getting like your vehicles and your weapons and whatnot, it opened up and it was really enjoyable. But that opening was definitely harder to get through. And here, by comparison, you know, it kicked off much faster. Very early in the game, we already had an assault rifle, we had grenades. If you wanted to take the fight to BTs immediately, you could. We got vehicles relatively quick. And so, like, the stuff that I found the most enjoyable in the first game, we got into that a lot faster here. And then on top of that, there were some pretty big gameplay jumps too, just in terms of, like, you know, the truck. You can put on the sticky gun so that while you're driving around, the truck can pick up packages. We got those gloves so that I was able to snatch chrysalis crystals while I was on the truck or while I was on the bike. Well, the bike, you could do it without it, but you know what I mean. You know, being able to grab stuff, hit the packages from range. You know, I didn't use it a ton, but like the auto drive feature, the monorail feature for moving around huge amounts of material, and even the mine for being able to just print huge amounts of material to help with the production of the monorail and the roads. Like, just huge enhancements to the gameplay loop that made this so much better, in my opinion. And I think it really came together. I think they really took kind of what they envisioned for the first game, and I think they expanded on it in a very nice way that still, it kept the identity of what Death Stranding is about, and, you know, that journey and delivering the packages, and it just made it more enjoyable and more player friendly, which I think is impressive. Moving on to world design, I think world design was pretty nice here. I liked how we like kind of started in Mexico, and, you know, we got a couple of the basics, and I even went back to level up those areas because, you know, getting the early like lightweight assault rifle and you know, the leveled up grenades and whatnot, those were really impactful early on in the game, and I liked that. And then, you know, after that, we shift over and we go to Australia, and we had a pretty nice amount of biome diversity too. You know, you had the mountainous regions, we had the snowy region, which I don't think was nearly as unforgiving as the first game. There was that one part where I was like, I'm just gonna climb up the snow. That was terrible. But stuff like, you know, the spiked tires in the car made it a lot easier to navigate. And I still managed to make use of the zip lines, but they didn't feel like as hard of a requirement as they did prior. lots of like little like canyons and stuff, like areas where you were like, I found myself utilizing various tools a lot more here, like jump ramps to just bypass certain areas of elevation so that I could continue on without just blowing my cargo out. So lots of different stuff with the way the world was laid out here. You know, the desert, the more wooded areas, the mountains, the snowier areas, kind of the beachy areas that were more broken down. There was a lot in how they designed the world, and especially with the introduction of the monorails. I think those really played a big role in being able to get around the world and navigate. And I liked it a lot more here. I didn't feel as walled as I did in the first game with certain like in the first game you had some big travel moments where it's like, oh, you're going all the fucking way back over here, and you were like, ooh, this is gonna be rough. And here, even when I had those experiences, and this may just be due to the fact that I'm more experienced with Death Stranding now, but they didn't feel nearly as challenging as they did before, but not in a bad way, like, oh, this is too easy now. It felt like I'm making it over there, I'm gonna cruise, I know what to do, I know what to look for, you know, I'm gonna throw up generators if I need to get my battery. It felt like I was, I think a part of it was just the experience and being better equipped to tackle going through this world and how it had been laid out. And also, I think it ties into the layout of the world itself. Moving on to story. Story was fantastic. Honestly, the only part with the story that really threw me off was Die Hardman's dance. That seemed out of place, and I think to a certain extent, the guitar battle we had with Higgs, I think that also feels a little bit odd. But at the same time, I mean, it's not, you know, it's not like off the cuff. Like I would expect some weirdness. And the weirdness was definitely there. The dance was like, what the fuck is happening here? But I mean, God, the whole story of like, you know, how we lose Lou at the start and then we get tomorrow. I mean, it was right at the start. I was like, that's fucking Lou. That's Lou grown up. I don't know how, but that's Lou grown up. But you know, the whole interaction with rescuing Lou and how the story progressed. I think A-Pass kind of, that was a little more of a mild note. I think they were like, oh, actually we were the bad guy and we're collective consciousness, and then Higgs comes back and you're like, okay, thank God we got a real villain here. I didn't need this weird fucking collective conscious that wants to control humanity bullshit. You know, that part felt a little like, I mean, because the way it came up so fast and then it went away just as fast. So that part was definitely a little bit odd. But the journey this time, and especially I liked the story with Neil Vanna. That was fantastic. And I just, you know, the journey Sam's going through in particular, and like, you know, us losing Fragile, and then, you know, finally when it comes to reveal that yes, indeed tomorrow is Lou, that's his baby girl, and you know, nothing happened, she just grew up away. It's beautiful the way it all presented. For a second I thought they were going to be like, oh, it's a, you know, different baby. No, that's Sam's baby. So I really liked the story here a lot. Thought it was just fantastic. Graphics are top notch, like really fucking good here. I mean, especially considering this is console. I mean, on one hand it's a console exclusive, so you'd think the graphics would be phenomenal given they're only having to focus on one platform. Playing on PS5 Pro though, like the facial tech used here in particular, I think is probably some of the most impressive we've seen in the industry. Like the character models look very good, very, very good. The level of emotion you see on the faces, the level of detail with like freckles and wrinkles and everything, just, I mean, there were times where it literally felt like you were watching a movie, you weren't even playing a game. And you know, while graphics aren't the thing that are the most important to me in a game, I do think it enhances the experience when it's that good. Talking about audio design was overall really good, but the music I think is where the game really knocked it out of the park. Not every song, like whatever this more poppy song is playing right now, I can't say I'm a fan of that one. But a lot of the stuff from Woodkid, I think, fit very well, kind of like somber and emotional, and you know, a lot of really good tracks. Story of Rainy in particular, I really like. The Tomorrow track, I really like. Where's the one? Let's see. I'm just reading out some of the songs, because some of these I've been, as like late night, I've been building Magic decks, and I just like had this soundtrack playing in the background for me. How am I not remembering the name? The main fucking title song. Who's it in it? BB's theme was fantastic here. To the Wilder, obviously, that one's good. Any Kind of Love was really good. I mean, there were a ton of songs that were just really good in the soundtrack. And there were a couple that like I didn't vibe with as much, but the ones that I did vibe with were so good. Oh, that's cool. All the porters you connected with. Length and price. Price, I mean, it's just, you know, it's your standard AAA games. It's what I was expected, but length, this came in, this was like perfect for me. Like, I don't feel like I invested an overly long amount of time. I think that's one of the things, like there's still, I know there's post-game, and if I wanted to keep building roads and continuing the journey, I certainly can. There is more to do if I wanted to get more out of this, but at the same time, if like my journey ends here, I've finished, I'm done, I would feel like fulfilled. So I think the amount of content you're getting out of this is very good. It doesn't feel like you're being, you know, cut short, and it also doesn't feel dragged out, which I think is something that's really hard to pull off in these open world games. I could certainly see it feeling like that if I decided to try and 5-star every location. I think I would experience some burnout there. But like all the way up to the end, I felt like the pacing was phenomenal here. Bugs and performance, I didn't experience any bugs really. Well, there was that like every now and again, if I was going down a hill and I tried to jump at the bike, the anti-crab would just launch me way the fuck in the air and the bike would crash. That threw me off a little bit. I don't think that's how that's supposed to work. I don't know if that's a bug. Maybe it is how it's supposed to work, but that threw me off. But performance in general was fantastic. I mean, even when I bumped it up into performance mode to get the better FPS, and I don't think I saw any visual difference in the quality. I think it was just as good as it was before. And then damn it, song, whatever, it's the credit roll. This whole fucking video is getting copyright claimed, bro. There's so many songs playing, it doesn't matter. Rating on this, I mean, this is, like I said, I think this is a game of the year contender right now. This and Expedition 33 are the top games that have come out this year. Like, obviously, I had a blast with Kazan, but it's a Souls-like, it's high difficulty combat, you know, more niche. I like Monster Hunter Wilds, thought it was great. I had a blast playing it, I'm still playing it, but, you know, the performance issues are going to pull that down. But this and Expedition 33, I think, are, unless something else drops this year that's really strong, this and X33, it's just going to be a fucking battle between these two at the Game Awards. And I think they were both phenomenal games. Like Expedition was one of the best games I played in a long time. And the story here, like, this is definitely just one of the emotional experiences I've had in gaming in a long time. And you know, I'd almost be curious to, like, I don't know, if anyone else is playing this and you have a young child yourself, I'm curious if it hit you the same as it hit me, because I don't know, I feel like that's a huge part of it, man. Like, having my kid just turned 2, you know, she's not that far out of the baby Lou stage. Then, god damn, it, like, every time I wasn't playing it, I'd be like sitting there holding my daughter, and I would start fucking tearing up because I'd be thinking about everything that happened to Lou in the game, and then thinking about my baby. And, oh man, it hits really hard. And a bunch of stuff. So porter, it's interesting how my servicemanship is really good, but my actual porter level is not. Combat climbed up there towards the end. Stealth, not all that high, as expected. A lot of time driving, a lot of time biking, minimal time walking. Like to do more coffin surfing. Likes received. The generator at the Dowser got 9,000. The bridge at Villa Libre and Ciudad New de Loire. I knew those were gonna be big. The inventor got a fair amount. Environmental Observatory. Good to see people are using that one. 380 people connected. Switch the drawbridge Cupid on off. Choose to keep the drawbridge Cupid turned on or switch it off. You can turn the drawbridge Cupid on or off at any time during the game through system in your ring terminal. The connection between A Pass and the 4,000 dead is severed. The drawbridge Cupid is fully operational, meaning the ghost mechs and BTs present less of a threat than usual, moving around and making deliveries easier as a result. A Pass is reconnected with the 4,000 dead. Only some features of the drawbridge Cupid are operational, meaning ghost mechs and BTs present as much of a threat as they did before. Moving around and making deliveries is more difficult. Yeah. I think I'd want the world to be the same as it was in post-game, otherwise there wouldn't be much of a challenge at all. Ooh. And there's one more part. The HV Magellan is able to travel once more. Do as you please. Okay. So the post game is just whatever. I mean, there's definitely some stuff that I still want to do. There's like the Lord of Tar Lake. I want to check that out. I was looking through trophies a little bit. And not that. I don't know, I'm debating how many more of these I want to get. Like all facilities, that's easy enough. Maximize, there's no way I'm getting that. Wild animal, never did that. All trophies. Albino animal, I don't think I even saw one. Dig a hot spring, didn't do that. Barter with another porter, I didn't know I could barter. Watch a live performance. This one I want to do, because that sounds like a cool fucking fight. Savior of Terminal Fort Knot, prevent Fort Knot from falling victim to a void out. I wonder how you even trigger that. The BT Nexus and the F3 Crater, I want to check that out and see what that is. Truth about the Ghost Hunter. I'd probably have to get him to 5. Golden Chiral Creature. I don't know where to encounter that, but I definitely want to. So there's a lot of stuff. I could see myself. I mean, I don't think I would get plat here, just because getting every facility to 5, that falls more in line with like, okay, time to grind, and I don't really want to grind. But at the very least, I think I'm going to do a couple of post-game streams, because I want to find... Well, I want to finish connecting the map. I want to get those 2 areas. I want to figure out where... This is the F3 Crater. I want to go out there and find the Lord of Tar Lake, and then wherever the F3 Crater is, where is that? Where would that be? F3 Crater or F1? Yeah, dude, there's something there. I gotta get over there. I can probably use the coffin to get out there. So, well, this will be the final episode of the recorded playthrough. Going for a checkup. I do plan on doing a like post-game stream and knocking some of that stuff out. So I'll end up adding it into the same playlist for those that aren't able to check out the live. But yeah, this has been a just fantastic experience and definitely one of the best games I think I've played this year. So thanks for joining me on the journey, and hopefully I get to see you on the stream.